Back live. Having some connection issues with Twitch. Hope I'm alright.
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out. Die!
You!
Property of Ira Gardner. First sign of the plague is coughing and going pale, like blood's run out of your skin. Elf root soothes the cough but doesn't cool the next day's fever. That's where the spindleweed helps. The ones I planted by the old shed came in quick. They seem to like where the soil's dry. I'll try making an ointment with it tomorrow. I always find spindleweed near the water though. But okay. The Empty Ones. The Empty Ones were a small and short-lived cult based in Navarra, and known for worshiping the blight. That's creepy. And by extension, the darkspawn. Some confuse the empty ones with followers of Tevinter's old gods. A reasonable mistake since archdemons are said to be tainted old gods. However, it is clear from the histories that the empty ones did not worship Dumont and his ilk, but the blight itself. Following Andraste's death, many of her followers fell into a deep despair. They, they believed that the prophet's betrayal and execution marked the beginning of the end of the world, and that the Maker's wrath would soon come upon them. The most fatalistic of them all gathered together to prepare for their doom. They called themselves the Empty Ones, for they saw themselves as worthless husks ready to be swept away at the Maker's hand. It is unknown what passed then, but over time the Empty Ones grew to believe that the Blight was to be the tool by which the Maker would end all of creation. They preached that it came from the void, a place of nothing, and that returning to the void was something to be celebrated because it is meant an end to all pain and suffering. Some mistakenly take this to mean that the Empty Ones worshipped evil, but that is an oversimplification. The Empty Ones believed the world to be beyond redemption and that it was the Maker's will that it be destroyed completely. There are tales of Empty Ones scouring the deep roads, searching for Darkspawn, whom they saw as the Blight's prophets, in order to assist them in bringing about the next Blight. Predictably, the beginning of the second Blight saw the end of the Empty Ones. The entire cult made its way to the Anderfields, where they stood in the path of encroaching darkspawn and singing in praise of the oblivion that was to overtake them, were consumed. Wow. I don't really think I read that before. Or I think I did just a long time ago. A lot of this stuff I read a long time ago. You gotta read them at least once or twice. From Before Andrastianism, The Forgotten Face by Sister Ronduin of Tenervale. Interesting. Not really part of the story though, but interesting. Not part of this story at least. What I want to understand is why establish all of this stuff and then not make it a thing in the rest of the game. When they bring out Veilguard, none of this stuff matters. So I don't know. I still like to enjoy Inquisition though. Got a body here.
Is that a beacon of some sort?
beacons seem to draw out the undead. We could use them to fight on dry land.
Keep an eye out for more then.
The Veilfire messages in Fellowmire are largely gibberish and impudently a kind of paranoia. Certain letters and numbers repeat. It is possible the writing is in code. These Veilfire runes are interstitial numbers with numbers and mathematical notations. They invoke a clear sign of panic as if the author was trying to figure out a difficult problem. What's the point? Apostate Wedress. There were years of notes in that book. Years. Who could have taken it? Or what's wrong with my headset? Or deciphered it? Did someone follow me from the circle? I bet it was Wyndham or Clarice. They always were jealous little busybodies. If they saw what I've done, the demons I've harnessed, they'd be green with envy. Who's afraid of spirits now? You simpering eels? But the most I have my book back. I must have my book back. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I must have my book back. I will write down the cipher again before I forget again. These demons are clever. I can't have them demanding a price for decrypting my own notes. I don't see what the point. Some apostate here is dealing with demons.
One down!
Staring at this set of unreadable runes conjures up strong feelings of bitterness and arrogance in equal measure. They fade slowly. Small notes. The words, not deathroot, have been underlined 3 times. There's a small illustration of a plant that looks like spindleweed with this one underneath it. Man, they had some really hard times with this plague.
Nothing to report, sir.
Soldier Memorial. Did I not see this before? Warn the herald his life is in danger if he comes to the mire. Our patrol spotted Avar 3 days ago. We didn't understand why they came down from the frostbacks until we were captured in ambush. Their leader said they came because they heard the Inquisition was in the area. They want to lure out and kill the Herald of Andraste to win favor with their gods. I escaped, but I couldn't free the others without help. I found a good camping spot for the rescue party. We'll tend my wounds before heading off. Scout Aubrey Green home.
No sign of the Avar who want to challenge me, or the Inquisition's soldiers.
I hope the Avar haven't gotten bored with the hostages and that they understand how hostages work.
Hmm.
So, you're Herald of Andraste. My kin want you dead, Lowlander, but it's not my job. No fears from me.
Why aren't you with the other Avar?
Trying to figure out this hole in the world. Never seen anything like it's like. They spit out angry spirits. Endless. What the sky's trying to tell us? I don't know.
They're caused by the breach in the sky. It was some kind of magic gone wrong.
I know that, Lowlander. I'm talking about the Lady of the Skies. Do you not know her? Can't you see the warning she writes through the bird flocks in the air?
Interesting how widely Ferelden beliefs diverge.
Call me Ferelden again, Elf, and see how far you get.
I thought the Avar wanted to fight me.
Our chieftain's son wants to fight you. I'm called in when the dead pile up. Rites to the gods, mending for the bleeding, a dagger for the dying. That's what I do. I don't pick up a blade for a whelp's trophy hunt.
The other Avar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water. Aye.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water.
Oh, whew, quite a smell.
These people never had a chance.
almost got hit by that bolt of light there.
There's an elven artifact nearby. The wards are working. It should be harder for tears to form here.
I know he don't like Grey Wardens, but that's the. Oh, I should have got rid of that. It's a good set of armor for him.
Confess, Solus, I am surprised you decided to remain.
Why? The breach remains a threat to us all.
Just the same. I wondered if you might leave now that we have a plan to seal it.
Ah, because I am an apostate. I might flee before the Inquisition throws me in chains. I take my commitment seriously, Seeker. Come what may, I shall see this through.
As you wish. Though I cannot guarantee what will happen in the days to come.
Got him when I was distracted. I heard him scream, "It's the Herald!" So they knew I was here. So why didn't they turn around? Lost city of Brennan. Barinam? Nar? Barindar. Or Door. I don't know. Don't really care much about that right now.
We should search the area.
Got a cabin key. Cabin fever completed. Diary found in Falamere. One water-soaked entry dated 10 days ago is still legible. Damned roof leaks, and I've been eating boiled roots for a week. I'm squatting in a bog no one's so much as spat in for 10 years. Still better than the alienage, think Andraste. That's the last time I visited the city for a while. I'm worried about the gardeners. They weren't sick when I left, and now they're all down with the fever. And their little boy is at death's door. Nigel Marsh said we should lock them in their home. The sour codger, maybe I could bring something to help. Is it death root that cures a fever or elf root? It can't be death root, can it? As Ira, which is right. I don't see what the point of that was. I don't know if this is him, his body. Dead here. Who knows? All the people here died of the plague. End of story.
Free of corpses back to the shore.
The fewer of these creatures, the better.
Unreadable runes evoke for a moment a sudden and overpowering feeling of smug, vengeful triumph, as though a difficult problem has been solved. There is the image of a bottle elixir, then it fades. A cipher written in the last pages of apostate Beatrice journal corresponds to the Balefire writing found in Felomire. The deciphered messages are notes that when taken together, form instructions on how to concoct a particularly dangerous poison. Okay. Did I get that? Or who knows?
Thank you!
More undead!
They're endless! Run for the castle!
Get to the castle! Get to the castle!
One down!
Get to the castle! Get to the castle!
Take his head!
Have you heard from any of your Kirkwall associates, Varric?
You're asking me? So you don't read my letters?
You're no longer my prisoner, much as you like to act like it.
Yet I still get all the suspicion.
I am not without sympathy, especially given recent events.
Why, Seeker, I would never accuse you of having sympathy. By the way, I tend to refer to my associates as friends. Maybe you're not familiar with the concept.
Face me! I am the Hand of Koth himself!
Get rid of his minions first. Hand of Koth. Sure.
Andraste.
I dealt with the Avar. Is everyone all right?
Yes, your worship. The injured need some rest, but we can return on our own.
I can't believe the Herald came for us.
I told you he didn't leave us.
No soldier left behind. Just realized I forgot to do upgrades for this armor. Pommel strike is the closest. So I also need this upgrade. Let's go for the pommel strike.
God looks after you, Herald. There lies the brat. His father, chief of our holding, would duel me for the loss if he cared enough.
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks. Join me. Help us stop the breach.
Is this why the Lady of the Skies led me here? To help heal the wounds in her skin? Aye, I'll join you. Let me make peace with my kid and I'll find where you set your flag.
All right. Got a new agent out of it. Now we head back.
Good day to you.
Send Viscera off fat. Good.
At least we've got Inquisition troops out at Redcliffe now, giving those people some real help.
It's almost as if Mother Giselle brought the troops out there by going herself.
The soldiers are more useful against the bandits who are preying on the refugees.
And how much did you need?
10 sacks would do it.
Is there any way you could get by with 6?
If you only have 6, why did you ask how much I needed?
I was really hoping you only needed 6.
You dislike the Templars, sister?
No, I know their purpose, but you remember I once ministered in a circle chantry.
Yes. I assumed you were used to having Templars around, keeping us safe from the mages.
The mages in the circle followed the chant of light as faithfully as the Templars, sister. More faithfully than some Templars, even. Some of the things those Templars did when they thought I did not see.
I'm listening.
I'll leave you to your work.
Make a watch over you.
Heaven has been filled with silence. I knew
I have
them
heard
and
rumors
crossed
of a
my
way to
heart
reverse
with
the right
shame.
of tranquility. Yes, I have heard them as well. Would you wish to have your self restored? I do not believe that would be wise. The number of demons present might leave me vulnerable to possession. I might also experience feelings of discomfort over events that occurred while I was in this state. I can survive in this fashion. If I were
Heaven
made whole
has
again,
been
I
filled
might
with
not.
silence.
It is a terrible
I knew
bargain
then
we ask you to
and
make.
crossed my heart with shame.
People did things to her when she was a tranquil. They can't refuse people. That's just horrible. But the possession thing actually is not a risk. If you were made tranquil and then you were made whole again, you would not be
Heaven has been
able to be
filled
possessed.
with silence.
Hey Sarah, how you
I
doing?
knew then and crossed
Sorry, I
my
just saw your
heart
message.
with shame.
Thank you for stopping in.
Maker, though the darkness comes
Playing
upon
some
me,
Inquisition,
I shall
as you can
embrace
see.
the light. I shall weather the storm. I shall endure. What you have created.
Ah, Lord Trevelyan. May I have a moment?
Sure.
Yes, Ambassador?
I'd like to discuss your parents.
A little sudden, but it's time someone made an honest man of me.
What? Very amusing. This is serious. I'd like to dispatch a courier asking the bands of House Trevelyan to align themselves with us. What are your thoughts? Should we approach your family for their formal support of the Inquisition?
My parents are on a first-name basis with most priests in Ostwick, and I have a dozen cousins in the Chantry. When they hear I've been touched by Andraste, you'll have to stop them from giving you money.
I'll take that as a yes. Valroyo has noted your lineage. It gives the Inquisition some legitimacy, although not so much as we'd hoped.
Why not?
You are from Ostwick. Orlesian nobles consider the Free Marches somewhat quaint.
Quaint.
Orlesians are just baffled free marchers governing themselves without an empress to hold their hands.
A peasant might get away with that insult, but not someone of your stature. Speaking of which, I should thank you for your patience with the simple quarters. The accommodations in Haven are surely rough for someone of your birth.
No worries. Doing okay. Never played Inquisition. Really? This is my favorite game in the series. So I played every Dragon Age, and this is my favorite one of all time.
This can't be what you're accustomed to, Ambassador.
One adjusts. I stay busy. It helps take my mind from our surroundings. And the cold, and the wildlife, and the lack of civilization for miles around. Why anyone lived here before we found Andraste's ashes, I cannot imagine.
Having a few leagues of ice between me and whoever wishes me ill can't hurt.
Do not say that too loudly. Chancellor Roderick is still here. Until next time, my lord.
We can use that.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from them.
Right. Wrap up a number of these quests before I go to Valrio. Let's see. Got some Terran of High
In
Ever.
touch with our friends in Lady Esterly's estate?
Several bards will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
Sister Liliana, thank you for your kind words. I understand the Inquisition cannot be delayed from the grave task ahead, but it is good to know that you were with us in spirit, honoring our beloved divine. Sincerely, Terran Fergus Kuzlin. Alright, and this noble wanted us to run refugees off his land, and we did not do it. So now he's cursing us. Who cares? They finished building the towers, so we can go back to Master Dennett, get him to join. Got some more stuff here. Let's see. Alright. Deal with relatives of the Trevelyan's, so people in my family. Dear Lady Montelier, it is true. Distant relations of the House Trevelyan are claiming close friendship with the Herald of Andraste. A boast is one matter, but the boundaries of tact and decency appear to be invisible to these mountebanks. Okay. During a ball in South Quarter, I witnessed a cousin 5 times removed from Lord Trevelyan threatened to have Inquisition fight his rival. He quickly left the party after I made my connection with the Inquisition clear. But the problem stands. We must deal with the Herald's relatives, taking his name in vain. Lady Pultelfort. Okay. Let's see. What do Liliana want to do? There are ways to indicate our displeasure without tipping our hand. I am not saying we should send assassins, but the rumor of assassins. I don't know about that. The Inquisition isn't a name to be thrown lightly. We should openly denounce these people. I mean, that makes sense, but it also would make sense to get them on our side so they can have us spend money. I know Josephine got something good. This sort of thing is inevitable. Your relations may become more circumspect if we promise them future favors. I'm going to leave this to her because I kind of want them to be on our side in the future. Let her take care of that. Hard in Hightown 3, Varric's Revenge. Ruffles, I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard and Hightown 3, the repunching, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. Yeah, the repunching. I have my contacts in Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Piero Balinfort is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild, Varric. So somebody's plagiarizing Varric's work, and I'd like to send Liliana for this because she is the best at uncovering information with barely anything to go on.
Let's see what we have.
Route through the Frostbacks. Route for the scouts. Selling to merchants routes. Routes for our troops.
All right.
Give that to him. I gotta make sure I take the locate weapon of Tyr the Bright Axe right before I finish this because it is, I think, a couple hours long in real time. All right, we're gonna go to the Storm Coast. We're gonna look for a Grey Warden. Traces of Grey Wardens.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, your worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Thank you, Hardy. Oh wow, I'm currently playing Mass Effect 3. Excellent. Mass Effect 3 is an excellent game. Got the dragon. I won't be fighting that yet, but I do love Mass Effect 3.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This could help us. Dispatch for you.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Serpent Stone. Alright, 3 shards discovered. Since Serpent Stone is a new material, I won't be handing it off to requisitions until I get more than double the amount. So that's what I do with all new materials, because I need them to make armor.
Bandits Harding mentioned.
Assyrian. The Blades of Assyrian. Decided to run away, huh?
Waking sea. Somewhere across all that water is Kirkwall.
It was a long journey to Haven.
Considering the company, I'm surprised it didn't feel longer.
came first from the sea. The dreadnoughts took Parvalin at a stroke. We marched on the land called Saharan, then Ravane, and then Tevinter Imperium. Our Vedathari told us that the Tevinter capital of Menthrathis was inaccessible. Though it did not fall, its walls were cracked with steel and Raccoon fire. Tevinter saw what discipline achieves. The boss called us conquerors when we brought them purpose. When we Tamasrans teach a child to read, or wilderness is made fruitful, is that conquest? Without the certainty of the King, there can be no reason. The boss raised 3 retaliations against our forces, pushing back in Antiva and Ravane. The Kapathari, still adapting to the King's rule, suffered worse. The very people the boss sought to liberate the land burned, while the boss called us savages. Such madness and hypocrisy needed another answer. We signed the treaties of the boss to silence them and left. We will return. Patience is the manifestation of self-control, while the boss bicker amongst themselves. We prepare. What is time compared to the demands of the king? They talk about hypocrisy, but they force their religion on people. They force their religion on people no matter what. Like, they don't have a right to refuse. Sorry, not a fan of the king. Yes, they seem intense even in Velgar. The king. Yeah. They force people into it. Not everybody, but a lot of people. If you play Dragon Age 2, you learn a lot about the Kyun and stuff that the Qunari believe.
These must be the missing soldiers.
Murdered. Shit.
We should see that their families are notified.
Looks like the bandits are camped further along the beach. Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian. It seems there's a way to challenge their leader.
Hessarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Well, they didn't get that memo. Let's make the amulet real quick. Put this on, and then we can challenge the Blades of Hessarian's leader. Just gotta get to where they are. Beware of fallen rocks. This where I came from. You never really explained why
I
there's
spy.
glowing statues.
No.
But,
No.
well, you should be good at finding things. Of course, you couldn't find Hawk.
Wow.
Someone's come with a challenge.
The others failed.
Well, I'm not gonna fail.
So you would challenge the Blades of Hassarian?
You killed soldiers of the Inquisition. We cannot let this stand.
You want justice? Claim it.
Where'd you go?
There he goes.
It's done.
Provided no one stabs you in the back on the way out.
Your worship, the Blades of Hassarian are at your service. If you want eyes on the coast, here we are.
I've not heard of the Blades of Hassarian.
Our work is often misunderstood, but we serve Andraste and whoever proves worthy of wielding us.
You and your Blades are loyal to the Inquisition?
We're loyal to you. I suppose that's the same thing, your worship.
So there's no ill will over what happened with your former boss?
The man was a bastard. You're not the first to stand up to him. You're just the first to win, and we're happy with that. Besides, I would rather swear my life to the Herald of Andraste.
Do you have anything to report?
Nothing of note, your worship.
I should go.
Safe travels, your worship.
You alright?
I was just a girl. I remember them, you know.
I know. We'll be safe here.
I don't really hard in Hightown. Hard in Hightown. I don't know why I say it so weird. The guy who we just killed,
See?
the
I told
current, the previous leader.
Alright.
He had the Blades of Hassarian attacking people and stealing from them. And they had to do what he said because he was the leader. But now I'm the leader, so no more of that.
At your service, your worship.
Are you sure?
Seeker, you're the dragon expert. What do we do now?
Don't get killed by either of them.
Lightning Dragon versus the Giant. Uh-oh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Jeez. Yeah, dragon wore it down. That's the reason why we had to just crush me with that one rock. Oh, already been here. It's a waste of time.
making peace, Seeker.
You do not?
What was the Divine's plan? Bring everyone together and hope really hard they would all get along?
Most Holy did not confide her plan to me. Perhaps she thought they were tired of death and conflict.
Now, when has that ever been true? For Templars or mages?
I will not mock a dead woman, Varric. She did what she could, and that is more than most.
I think it was a bit delusional if you felt the mages were gonna go back to being locked up in the circle tower. Dragon blood and some scales from the Dragonling. Need the dragon blood to make runes later. Damn, I keep missing.
Goodbye.
Actually, let me take that back. Maybe Cassandra can use it. Getting close to my time here. Once I find a new camp location.
Is even terrain too much to ask for?
Is there a problem?
You might be used to traipsing through the countryside, punching dragons, interrogating people, or whatever it is you did before this. I'm from the city.
Alright, takes care of that. No, another bear. Yeah, I guess it's seen Solus already. Got better weapons this time. Apostate's Landing. There should be a house here somewhere.
Do you ever miss life beneath the earth? The call
Here
of
we
the
go.
stone?
Nah, whatever the stone, capital S, is, it was gone by the time my parents had me.
But do you miss it?
How could I miss what I never had? But say I did have that sense, that connection to the stone. What would it cost me? Would I lose my friends up here? Would I stop telling stories? I like who I am. If I want to hear songs, I'll go to the tavern.
You are wiser than most.
To find the mage apostate that lives here to get the key. You run into him randomly somewhere on this map.
Wardens were here at some point.
This camp was abandoned some time ago.
Here's the camp location. Got a little bit more to do here on the Storm Coast, but gonna have to leave it here because I gotta get up early morning for work. A lot of stuff to do. If I get everything done, I'll probably come back and play this again tomorrow after work. It seems like a shorter stream because my stream crashed earlier, so I had to reestablish it. But it's 2 videos, so I'm gonna upload those up to YouTube. JMX and King Gaming. If you get an opportunity, come by and watch. Hit a like, follow the page, especially here. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.